All right. So what I wanted to talk about today is I've I've always grown up and I've always heard perception is reality, and when you think about it, you're thinking about, well, what is perception is reality? Well, if someone looks or acts a certain way, then obviously they're that way. Their whole lifestyle's that way. Like, I mean, honestly, I know what I look like. If I were somebody else, I wouldn't want to run into me in like a dark alley or a fucking elevator alone. I'd be like, what the fuck? Fucking behemoth over here. But so so getting back to perception is reality. Okay, so my dad told me this story when he was younger. He used to stop and help people who were stranded on the side of the road, like they had a flat tire or they were out of gas. He'd be like, "Yeah, come on, I'll take you to the nearest gas station, get you some gas, whatever." Well, one day it came up that he ran out of gas in his vehicle at the time, and the first person that stopped to help him was like, "Hey, what's up?" And my dad was like, "Oh, I ran out of gas. I just need a ride to the gas station to get some gas and back." And the guy was like, "All right, $20." And my dad was like, okay." My dad lives his whole life by, he does good unto others and he doesn't expect anything back. And I love my dad for that. It's the most honorable and gracious thing to do and to be like. And that's why I am the way I am today. And my dad said, he was like, okay, so, what choice did he have? He didn't know if anybody else was going to stop. He didn't know if the next person was going to ask for more money. He was like, okay. So he gave him the $20. The dude took him to the gas station, which my dad said was probably like, I don't know, a mile down the road, and brought him back. And, that was that. And ever since he told me that story, since I was little, it really pissed me off. Really pissed me the fuck off. Like, I don't know. I've thought about that story for years. So anyway, today I uh, I was at the gym and I was done. I was about to take off on my bike, and I hear this lady next to me on the phone. She's kind of about to cry. She's like, "I don't know what to do. The car won't start. Blah 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 blah." And I stopped and I was like, "Okay." So I took off my helmet and I stayed on my bike because I like I said, I know what I look like. You don't want to see me walking up to you, a little short older lady, and I stayed on my bike and I said, "Ma'am, do you need some help? I can help you." And she looked at me and she was kind of hesitant, and she said, "Okay, can you check it?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll check it." Well, it turns out she was out of gas. Of all things, she was out of gas, and it immediately made me think of my dad. I was like, do you need some gas? Or, do you need me to go get you gas? And she goes, "Well, I don't know who to call right now. The only person I know is my dad, and he lives in San Antonio." And I was like, holy shit. I was like, yeah, it's fine, it's fine. So I get on my bike, and which is better because, I mean, who wants to ride with a stranger to the gas station nowadays? I mean, fuck, we live in a society where you don't trust anybody. So I ride to the gas station, I buy a little, tank of gas, I fill it up, I bring it back, and I put it in her car, and a couple cranks, and it starts right up. And she's like, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." And I'm not saying this to be like, "Oh, look at the good deed I did." I'm saying this for this next part. She's Once her car started, she started crying and giving me a hug, and she said two people stopped to see if she was okay. She said the first one, she said that he stopped and asked if she was okay, and she said she didn't know what was wrong with the vehicle, and he said, "Well, I don't know much about vehicles," and drove away. The second guy said that he would look at it for her, but for $100. And the thing that got me is she told me this when she was crying, hugging me. She said, the thing that got me was when the second guy drove away, on his back bumper, he had like three Bible scriptures. He had the Christian little fish, and she said, of all people, she said, "I wouldn't have expected you to offer me help or even do all the things that you did, because honestly, I've seen you here for the past couple years, and she said, I've been scared of you and just thought you were an asshole just because she said perception is reality, and everything made sense to me. And I was like, man, everybody doesn't like somebody because they don't even know them. You know, they don't give them a chance. But she was like, wow. She goes, of all people, the last guy wanted to charge me $100. She said, which I don't have, obviously, because she said I would have given it to him just for help. And I was just like, wow. It's like, that's really shitty, because it just brings me back to the old saying, you know, just because you go to church doesn't make you a good person. Just because I don't go to church and I look like this and ride motorcycles and cuss and like to talk about porn and watch nasty videos, that doesn't make me a bad person. It just makes me kind of fucked up and kinky. But I'm just saying, in this world, I know it's hard to trust people. It's 2019. You try to help somebody and it's a trap. They fuck you over. I know it's hard. And sometimes you have to ask, are you okay? I mean, be aware of your surroundings, obviously. Don't stop in a dark alley, or when it's dark, it's like, oh, that guy's stranded on the side of the freeway at, 2 a.m. Just call somebody, call somebody for, it's like pull over, be like, hey, you want me to call somebody? Or not even pull over at dark, because that's kind of scary. I mean, it's 2019, like I said, but, I mean, perception is reality. It really sucks, because a lot of people think I'm like a bad person. And I mean, granted, I used to be kind of shitty and kind of a bad person, but a lot of people see me and they're scared. They don't want to venture out. What I'm telling you is, get to know people. Get to know the guy in the corner that never talks to anybody, because I guarantee you probably has some fucked up shit to say that's probably pretty funny. I mean, I don't know. Just venture out. Get out of your comfort zone. It makes the world a way better place when you know more people of different varieties, instead of just staying in your little group and being like, oh man, I need help, but my friends are saying fuck me right now, so I'm gonna have to ask that guy, and oh, he looks fucking weird. It wouldn't be fucking weird if you talked to him, got to know him. I mean, obviously, if you talk to somebody and they come off like serial killer-ish vibe, I mean, kind of, ooh. But, I mean, who doesn't talk about that shit nowadays? But, so, I guess the moral of the story is, obviously, don't judge a book by its cover, because I was more than willing to help, and that's my reward. It makes me feel good. And, I mean, especially, she gave me a hug. I was all stinky and sweaty, I had just got through working out, and, it made me feel good. It made me feel really good. And it really pissed me off that people go around gallivanting like, oh, I go to church, I'm a Christian, or I'm this religion, or I'm that religion, or, and, I do good unto others, and you don't really do shit unto others. You just say you're a good person. Saying you're a good person doesn't make you a good person. Your actions do. And that was pretty shitty action. Just saying.